इस सेशन में मैंने बात करी है मेरे एक स्टूडेंट मुकेश आर से, जो डायरेक्ट टैक्स से कोर वैल्यूएशन प्रोफाइल में अपना करियर ट्रांसफॉर्म करने में सक्सेसफुल हुए हैं। इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन में हम जानेंगे कि मुकेश ने क्या अप्रोच यूज़ करी, हाउ ही लेफ्ट हिज जॉब, विथ व्हाट माइंडसेट ही अप्रोच टू द रिक्रूटर एंड हाउ ही क्लियर्ड हिज इंटरव्यू। अगर आप भी कंसिडर कर रहे हो हमारी अगली एडवांस्ड वैल्यूएशन फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग इक्विटी रिसर्च की बैच ज्वाइन करना, उसका पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में अवेलेबल है। बिना किसी देरी के फटाफट शुरू करते हैं। हाय, दिस इज पार्थ वर्मा एंड वेलकम टू द वैल्यूएशन स्कूल चैनल। आई हैव टोल्ड यू इन द लास्ट सेशन कि वी हैव वन स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम आर रीसेंट बैच जो भी कंक्लूड हुआ था लास्ट वाला वैल्यूएशन का, ठीक, एंड दैट वाज ओनली वैल्यूएशन बैच एंड नॉट फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग बैच। तो फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग आई हैव नॉट टॉट इन दैट, मैंने सिर्फ वैल्यूएशन समझाया था और फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग स्टूडेंट्स ने यूट्यूब से फिर देख के सीखा। So we have one student with us today, Mukesh. Mukesh is with us. Mukesh, are you there? Yes, it started. Mukesh, are you there? Yes. Hi. So what I'll do is, so hi everyone. We have our student Mukesh with us. Mukesh belongs to Bangalore, and he has recently cracked a role in one of the big fours in valuations team, right? And the surprising part, and the part through which his efforts, the kind of efforts he has put, the respect for the efforts will increase in your mind the moment I'll tell you that he was working in a taxation profile. He was working in a direct tax profile, and wahan se he made up to valuations core finance, which is commendable, I believe, in itself, because very few people are able to do it. It requires a lot of hard work, consistency, persistent, right? Persistency, and you just need to give your 100%. So we will have a very small talk with Mukesh in this session. Okay, and Mukesh, over to you. I just want to understand that you know I just want to understand, buddy, ki what was your journey before you started preparing for finance, or like just go, take me through your entire childhood. Tell me something about yourself so that we all understand who you are, and then maybe I will start asking relevant questions to you.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure. At first, I would like to thank Valuation School and you, sir, for this opportunity, and thanks for the introduction and the encouraging words you spoke about me recently. And so, coming to my journey, right? I did my BCom from Christ University. In the BCom Finance and Accountancy, this thing, finance was my super specialization in my during my third year. And for my articleship, I was associated with Deloitte Haskins and Sons in their audit function. Uh, and coming to the CA part, I cleared Group 2 in December 21 and my Group 2 in May 2022. So I took essentially 2 attempts to clear the CA final. And that was a slight discouraging point for me because after post qualification, I joined ClearTax in their customer success team, which was mainly focused on GST and indirect taxation or direct taxation. It was mostly on a taxation part. So after when I was on ClearTax, I just got to know about your classes, and then I contacted you on LinkedIn, and then we had one-on-one, and then I started with the evaluation school classes. And during the classes, what I did was I diligently followed all your advices and all and I took all your classes. Like I saw each and every minute of your classes which you taught us, and the financial modeling classes on YouTube as well, and other general knowledge videos which you post on Instagram and YouTube as well. So all these resources helped me in cracking the valuations role. So coming to my valuations role or my interview preparation, so LinkedIn helped me a lot. As you told, LinkedIn is a powerful platform where we can leverage our skills to get to our goals. So I used LinkedIn. So I think I posted for around 1 or 2 months, not so consistently, but I took some gap in between, say for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week at max. But I used to post some good amount of stuff there. And then I contacted a person at LinkedIn who was an ex EY employee. So he was not an EY employee. Luckily, he had a great relationship with his director at EY. So I told him whether he can refer me to the EY. So he told that yeah, why not? And the director there was also very good. So I sent his, I mean, I sent my resume and cover letter to him in the email. And later, after 2 days, I also sent him my cover letter and resume to his LinkedIn message also. So for a safer side. So then my candidature was processed, and we
You got
had an
the
interview, and then
amazing, amazing,
luckily,
amazing.
things.
Congratulations to you and your parents. Right, it's all because of your effort, certainly. Now, what I want to know, and rather what every one of us want to know, is that, when you were working in clear text, right, what
Yes, sir.
were that one thing which due to which you felt कि नहीं मेरे को ये छोड़ के because you took a very bold move, right? आपने
Yes,
you leave your job, you left your job even before having any other job in hand. Now that's a very risky move. Certainly,
correct.
you are creating a story because of the risk you have taken in the past, right? That's why
Yes,
you
sir.
are here. If you were continuously working in clear text, I'm pretty sure that you won't be able to get in because वो एक urgency खत्म हो जाती है ना life में. You
Correct.
have the
Yes.
plan B in place and everything is going smooth. So that's really commendable. But what prompt you that no, this is not something which is for you, and you want to make your career in finance?
So, to be frank, finance math was my interest right from the beginning during my undergraduation days itself. But due to improper planning or lack of guidance, I could not crack a finance role after I cleared my CA or due to my myths.
Yeah.
So I got, meanwhile, I found the clear tax role as an interesting one because it was more of client management and problem solving. That's what I heard from them. So once I joined, it was very less of problem solving, or like it was more of a listening with the client to clear their doubts. So, and I thought I was not performing, I will not be able to perform up to my mark or give my best being in that role. And so I thought I would not spend much time here wasting my efforts and the company's time also. So I thought I would it's high time that I have to switch to my interesting field. And then um, yeah, but I was slightly foolish on my this thing, but luckily things uh, fell
Yeah.
in place, sir.
So
Actually,
there is this one thing, Mukesh. I believe there is this, misconception in amongst the student that
correct, sir. Yeah,
you got this role because you are a chartered accountant, right?
correct,
So I
correct.
have two
Yes,
questions regarding your CA curriculum and your CA degree. First
yes, sir.
is, did you thought of pursuing CA just because you want to get into core finance, or the interest of core finance inculcated while you were pursuing CA? That is number one. Number two is it very obvious for a chartered accountant to get into core finance role, or most of the people won't be able to crack it, and you need to prepare as much as a CFA student or an MBA student if you want to get into core finance, being a chartered accountant? Over to you.
Yes, sir. So, coming to the first question, I was interested in CA and finance equally, because when I did my research during my undergraduation days or during my intermediate days, CA was a popular course. Like I had heard that people get into investment banking, private equity, and other core finance roles by doing CA as well. So, like that, I got interested in CA. This is about the first question. So coming to the second question, it's not that we have to be a CA to crack the evaluation role, and anyone can crack the valuation role. So like in EY, for example, so they told that they have more of the engineers. The director who interviewed me, right? He was an engineer.
He was an engineer. Yeah,
So he was from engineering background, but what they expect is we just need to have a basic understanding of valuations and stuff.
very
And
clear.
they mainly look at the attitude, so whether we have open mind and how is our attitude towards the work, whether we are ready to put the efforts and add some value to the client by our offerings. So
Makes
these are the
sense.
main areas which the corporates are looking nowadays.
Correct. Correct.
It's,
Correct. No, but I was asking that if anyone becomes chartered accountant, is it easier for him to get a role in valuation, or he is on the same platform as a CFA or as a as an MBA? That's what I'm trying to ask. So means
okay,
being a
okay,
chartered accountant won't give you any edge, right? That's see, because what happened is a lot of people started having that question in their mind that no, he got valuation role just because he's a CA. I know that that's not
okay.
true. right?
Correct,
Because
sir.
if
Correct.
it'll come from your mouth, I believe
Correct. Correct.
it'll create more sense for them.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, I would like to clarify that, I mean, chartered accountant is not a quintessential qualification or degree to
Yeah,
become a role in, I mean, to crack a role in the valuation.
correct,
What we need to have is the valuation knowledge or relevance work which we have done, and the right people to network with. So
correct.
these are the main three things which helps us. So, to be frank, in a corporate world, right, I mean, the qualifications and degree doesn't matter much. So if you are having the good network and a decent degree and good amount of efforts, we have to show that we have put some efforts to learn the things which we are going to do in the future, like creating a financial model or creating a valuation report or equity research report, or say, something like that sort. So if we are able to do this work and share it to them that we can do this, there are high chances that we can crack any roles,
Exactly,
not only for
exactly.
valuation
So I
business and
believe you have diligently followed our three-step method, right? First, you need to
yes,
identify the key skills which are required for your dream role. Second is you
correct, sir.
need to learn them in a practical manner and build
Correct,
something around it, right? And then connect with the right people and
correct.
show those skills to them that you have built something out of it. It will improve your chances drastically. But Mukesh, tell me, like if you have any count in your mind, right? How many jobs applications you have applied for before you got your first interview call, or how many people you have reached out on LinkedIn? Means include both cold applications on websites and
Sir.
LinkedIn as well as the people you have reached out to before you got your first call.
Sir, I reached around 60 to 70 people on LinkedIn, sir.
Amazing. I told
60
this
to
to you.
70 people on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And I applied for job. I actually forwarded my resume at 10 places
Okay.
and I got only one call. Out
One
of the
call.
10 places,
And
one
this
call.
this was your first
This
interview?
was the first call and
Oh
only
my
call.
God. I was not aware about this that ये आपका पहला interview. Definitely, you contacted me
Yes, sir.
before your interview and we had a talk. Okay, great, great. Now coming to your interview part, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, okay, just before that, if you can, and this is certainly not for the advertisement, but just to make the audience very clear that how the preparation should be. Okay, so tell me something that when you joined, you told that you've saw me on LinkedIn and you've watched few videos and you got in touch with me and then we hooked up and you joined the session. That's really great, right? But one thing which I wanted to ask on behalf of a lot of people, those who are working professionals, especially, right, that time management is something which becomes very crucial when you have a full-time job. And
Okay.
though we have only 2 to 3 classes in a week, but again it requires a lot of effort to understand, right? What I've told in 3 hours, a lot of people need to revisit the recordings and prepare themselves, read a lot. So how you manage the time? That is first thing which I want to ask here.
So, I mean, it was a pretty difficult task, to be frank. So, I mean, even when I was in clear tax, I had some work on weekends as well. So it was quite difficult. So, but what we can do to manage the time is that whenever we are going to these sessions, right, we can make a note of the points which is relevant to us, so that it will be easier for us to revise. So when we are making a points, right, we need not revise. I mean, we need not go through entire video recording once again. So it will save a lot of time for us. I mean, if we have any deeper doubts, we can just go through the video recordings if the time allows. Or else the making notes help me a lot actually, sir.
Okay,
So
okay.
it saved a lot of time.
Time.
And apart from that, also you post some posts on LinkedIn, like
Yeah, yeah,
shortened version of your classes. So
yeah,
even though those aspects help me a lot.
yeah.
And yeah, we have to sacrifice our sleep or other things to,
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
to develop our
Definitely.
knowledge and skills,
Definitely.
obviously, sir.
Definitely. And Mukesh, I'm not aware if you have enrolled for any other such financial modeling and investment banking sessions before, or during our sessions. But if you have to summarize the kind of content we provide, okay, and the way we provide it, the way I deliver the content to the student, how you found that thing out, right? And how that kind of delivery, or telling stories or giving add-on knowledges in side talks, how it
Yes, sir.
helped in your interview.
So before I took up your course, I had enrolled in some two courses in Udemy. It was
Okay.
around September 2022 or
Yeah.
October 2022. They were good, but they were not as much practical as in the as you taught us. It was very theoretical and stuff. But okay, I found it okay. But when I came to here, I got an entire new perspective, like how you mentor the students, and always you give that confidence. No matter what, you can do this.
Yeah,
You
I
can do
remember you were calling me.
that. And the extra knowledge which you offer, right? I mean, I have learned so much of things from your classes. I mean, which I haven't heard before, like in your technical analysis session. I mean, this was out of the evaluation school. You told that the charts showed that there's going to be a strike in the twin
Yeah,
towers. So
yeah,
that you're able to gather such information, and
absolutely.
like I was really amazed with that. And coming to classes, they are structured, and you bring it up in a very easier way. And the even the complex topics, like say equity risk premium, you make it so simple so that everyone can understand. Even the I think we have more of not only chartered accountants but people from other background as well, right, sir? Like BBA, BCom, engineering graduations,
A lot of people.
graduates, everyone, right? So it will be easy for everyone to grasp your teachings. So you make it so simple and easier for us. And more importantly, you only teach stuff which is relevant in the current finance world, and not unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, okay,
And
great.
job ready once we finish the program.
That's great.
So
That's
that's
great.
what I was saying, sir.
That's great. That's great. Okay, coming to the interview part, right? Definitely you must have got the first call from the HR side, right? Who was screening the resume, and she might have scheduled your call. So, what was your first interaction with that company?
Actually, what happened is the HR didn't contact me. The
Mm-hmm.
someone from valuations team, no, so
Okay.
they directly
Okay.
contacted
Got
me.
it. Got it. Huh.
So the conversation just went on, like what was my current profile and where I worked after my post qualification and why I left the job there and
Exactly.
why EY, like general talks was going on. And then they forwarded me a case study, which
Okay.
has to be completed with the necessary
Could you please
requirements.
elaborate a bit about that case study which they gave it to you?
Yeah,
What
sure.
was required?
Yeah. So the case study was to value a listed company which was into a food sector space.
Okay.
So we have to make a PPT elaborating the concepts such as the overview of the company and
Okay.
overview of the industry in which the company operates in, to determine the DCF valuation of a company, enterprise value, and the relative pricing and rationale behind the selecting of the relative pricing. I mean the trade comparable companies, and why once we determine the valuation, why the listed price of the stock is more or greater than our valuation price, and we have to justify those points. So why they are this thing, like why there is a difference in the listed price and our valuation,
Got it.
and why did we choose the valuation methods, and what are the necessary features of those valuation methods to fit into our valuation model. These were the major requirements which they asked us.
Got it.
And we have to elaborate a few points on WAC, risk-free rate, equity risk premium, cost of debt, all those aspects.
Got it. Got it. And I believe you contacted me once you got that case study, right?
Yes, sir,
And
exactly.
I because a lot of my students have previously interviewed for that particular firm, so I already had that case study with me. But I believe I didn't help you in any in any unbiased or biased manner, right? I just elaborated you over a very brief call, and I believe you were able to complete the everything in the case study by yourself, by the knowledge you have gained through our sessions and YouTube, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, I can't say
Even
you didn't help me, sir. You
yeah,
obviously helped me.
no, that's okay. But in that case study, I didn't help you,
Yes, sir.
right?
So
Okay,
while
great.
doing that case study, at each and every point of time, I always refer to your YouTube value. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
financial modeling
Yeah,
videos, sir.
yeah.
It helped me. It helped me a lot, really, sir.
Okay, great, great. And what happened once you were on the table? Because I believe it's a one-on-one interview, right? It's a physical interview, not a virtual one, right? It happened in Bangalore, right? It
Correct, sir.
happened in
Yeah.
Bangalore. So, what happened in the interview? If you can just give up in absolute detail that what all things were happened during the interview, and how many questions you remember, what was the mood of the interview, how they've taken it. If you have observed anything special during the interview, how many people were there? Just explain everything in detail. It's all yours now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, sir. Sure. So once I submitted my case study, the associate vice president took me the first round for the case study round, which was on a virtual note. So the major questions which he asked, first he asked me to take me to the entire presentation, So I was explaining him about the company overview, industry outlook, and everything, and then he started asking the probing questions, like, can we go through the past financial performance of the company and how they are performing and all those stuff. And later, moving on, he asked me, how have you taken the risk-free rate, and why have you deducted the credit default spread from the 10-year government bond yield, and then why have you considered 10-year government bond yield as a benchmark to determine the risk-free rate, and why have taken the sales growth, I mean the sales growth or the growth rate which we use, that's the main questioning point for the interviewers. So we have to justify why have we have taken a specific growth rate. And I had taken 5% growth rate, which was, I mean, he was not satisfied with that. And I told him that the company has also predicted that they are going to grow at 4 to 6% in their goodwill impairment calculations, which I had went through. I mean, when I was going through the annual report of the
Very
company, I
good.
just saw the snap. So
Very
I
good.
told him that. So he was satisfied at the first round.
Yeah.
And then I told him why have I chosen DCF method and the relative pricing method and everything and stuff. And he asked me one question which I was not able to. I got confused at that point of time. So I told that the terminal growth rate has been taken as the RBI's long-term average growth rate, which was at 5.68%. So he asked me, is it the real growth rate or nominal growth rate? I told it's nominal growth rate.
Yeah, you're right. It's nominal growth rate. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was confused, and he told that no, it's not. I mean, if it is nominal growth rate, so the inflation is around 6%. You're saying that I mean, the India is not going to grow at a rate of 6% like that. And I told the RBI predicts the inflation around 4 to 6%. And then he told, okay, let's take inflation as 4% and the growth rate as 5.68%. So I mean, do you think India will grow at 1.68% over the long term? He told.
Real term. Yeah.
So I told, okay, I'm not sure about this. I have to get back to you.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
that's what I did not argue further. So how to go
Correct.
about it? So I just stopped there and told that I am not
Absolutely.
sure about this. I will get back
That's
to
the
you.
right strategy. You should not, started hustling with them. That's absolutely the right thing which you have done. Okay. Apart
Correct.
from that, uh, just a minute. I just need to switch this particular thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Sir.
Yeah. Am I audible now? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
So, apart from that, do you had any other conversation around valuation in general or anything else apart from
So in
what you've
first
covered?
round, this was the major, which was mostly on the case study round. In the further rounds, we had some discussions. Sir. I'll just come there.
Okay, so in the case study round itself, have they questioned you regarding your regarding your skills of financial modeling, that how well you can prepare a financial model, or have they like dig deeper in your financial model which you have prepared, or they were just interested in the input you have entered in the model? Because that is a very crucial doubt students have, that
Correct. Yes,
that
sir.
financial modeling का skills is something which is required, that आपको तो scratch से model बनाना आना चाहिए and all that shit. Yeah.
No, they never questioned me on the financial model, sir.
Yeah,
And even I'm not sure whether they have went through my Excel file which I've shared within the financial
exactly.
model. So what they saw was only my PPT, and most of the questions came from the PPT.
Okay,
So the
and
inputs which
yeah,
we are having, which we are putting in the valuation, and the our reasoning and the story behind which we give the valuation, right? That's what matters the most,
yeah,
rather than the financial modeling in itself.
yeah, yeah. And I believe you gave they've given you 2 days, right? 2 to 3 days. They gave you on Friday and
Three
they wanted
days,
on Monday
sir.
morning. Got it.
Monday. Yes,
For
sir.
the case study. Okay. And what
Correct.
happened in the next round after that?
So
Second round.
next round, it was told that it would be with a director.
Okay.
I was prepared for a director round. So what I once I went in, the director told me that okay, so anyways, you have come here. We have Venkat sir, who is the head of, I mean, South head of the valuation team at
Okay.
EY.
Must be partner.
So we
Okay.
both will have
Yeah.
we both will take you into at the same time there.
Exactly.
So I had so much fear in my heart, but I told that okay, not a problem. We can have an interview. No, that's not
Yeah.
a problem at all.
Yeah.
And then we went there, and he asked me like take me through my resume, and I told that I had done this cash flow hedge accounting and fair value hedge accounting during my articleship. So I elaborated on those points something. So how I did the audit of the cash flow
Correct.
hedge and fair value hedge,
Correct.
because that interested them, because it was something related to finance field,
Related to
right?
finance.
So
Correct.
that interested them, and I told them that this is what I had done, and they were okay. And then the director questioning me, like, why have you taken 5% growth rate for the this thing? And I mean, actually, he had not gone through the case study actually, but he questioned me. So what is the growth rate you have taken for your case study round, and why do you have taken that? I told the same thing which I told in the first round, but he was not satisfied here.
Yeah, okay.
He was
Okay.
not satisfied here.
Okay, okay.
So
That's
then,
okay. That's okay, right? That's the
yes,
part of game. When you are in valuation, right? You should always
correct,
engage in a very healthy discussion whenever it comes to any of your attribute of value, because you know it with certainty that you are not absolutely accurate, right? Then
correct,
why you are
correct, sir.
having that ego to prove yourself right? There has to be absolutely zero ego. Yeah, please carry on.
Correct, sir. Then I gave the same reasoning as I gave in the first round. Then he was not satisfied. So immediately I made a note. I did not argue. So okay, Arun, I'll just make a note of it and I'll get back to you on the revised valuation.
Perfect.
So I made a note of it, and after I came back home, I sent the revised PPT and financial model to them after considering the revised growth.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Very good, very good. What happened after that?
So yeah, I made a note of that, and then we had some conversation with the South head, who was Venkat sir. He was asking just the basic questions. So he asked me, so what are the languages you can speak? I told him that I can speak English, Kannada, Tamil, and Telugu. So
Okay.
why have you not written anything in your resume regarding the languages? So I mean, I was quite okay, sir. I'll just include it going forward.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
just
That's okay.
a,
Yeah.
just a general discussion
General
with the
discussion.
partner.
They just made you very comfortable immediately. So ये
Correct.
usually तब होता है when they have decided no, let's take him, right? Then they just
Okay.
started talking to you like a team mate rather than a candidate, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
see the immediate shift in the mood of the room, right? Immediately. Okay, that's
Correct.
really great. One thing, because I believe you have left your job and there is this certain gap in your resume, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you justify that? How did you answer that particular question? Because that is like a lot of people wanted to know.
So the director particularly pointed me out. Like, I see some gaps in your resume, which is not making me comfortable at all. Okay. So, Mukesh, tell me, why do we have to hire you? So this is where we have to play smart and tell them that what they are looking for. So, usually in valuations, what happens is they are looking for the people who can work for long hours and who stay calm and composed and who are able to maintain their composure. So I told them that yeah, I am calm and composed. That's the feedback I have gotten from my colleagues at the Deloitte when I was doing my articleship. And even if I don't know stuff, I'll make each and every effort to learn the stuff and give my best. And I always try to maintain my calm composure, as I said earlier. And he asked me, like, the we have to give the exact reasoning why we took the break. So the reason why I took the break in the first place, actually, I cleared my CA final in May 2022, and after that, I took 3 months break. That was the break to relax for myself. I have to spend
Just you.
doing nothing, spend time doing nothing. I have to sit simply and enjoy my time. So that was the reason. I told them directly that I have to take break and I have to give time for myself. That was the one reason. And the second break, which I had after I left with ClearTax, it was around 3 months from April to June or July, till the time I gave the interview. Right, I told them that I found that, I mean, it's not good to tell that the previous job was very bad and I have left that. So it's always good to tell that you are interested in the current job rather than you felt bad at the previous job. So I told them that I was really interested in valuations. So I had to up my valuation game by increasing my skill set. So I thought it would be good if I leave the previous job and then start my preparation for valuations. And I'm here with you for giving my interview. So this
Got
is
it.
how I just went forward, and he was satisfied with that.
Amazing. And you had only 2 rounds of interview, right?
It was actually 3 rounds, sir, and then one more. It was a
HR.
partner from
Okay,
other
partner.
blockage.
Okay.
Yes.
What happened there? It was a generic discussion which you have told me, right?
Yes, sir. It was mostly of a general discussion, and it there they questioned about what are the recent valuations you found it I mean interesting,
Okay.
and what are the deals you are interested in. So
Okay.
that kind of general knowledge kind of
Got it.
questions.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Amazing. Amazing. And amazing. And just don't want to ask you your salary, but is it in 7 figures?
Uh yes, sir.
It's in, oh, amazing. And you got like how much percentage of hike as compared to your previous salary? If in the percentage terms we want
Yes,
to
sir.
know.
Sure. So from previous salary, I got 20%
Wow,
increase.
that's great, yeah. If you are changing a profile, ठीक है, and usually they give the base salary, right?
and giving a hike, especially when you are changing a profile, that too from a direct tax to the valuation domain, they try to squeeze you as much as they want, right? Both in
Exactly,
terms
sir.
of making you work and giving the remuneration to you. But you have done a commendable job, buddy. And I just wish you all the best for
Thank you,
all
sir.
your
Thank
future
you so much,
endeavors.
sir.
Right, it's all your effort. Again, congratulations to you and your parents. You have done a brilliant work, and you have again proved one thing, I believe absolutely right, that you have to take the risk. When there is no risk,
Yes,
there is no story. Thank you so much, Mukesh,
exactly.
for coming
Exactly.
and
My pleasure, sir. My
joining
pleasure.
this call.
And a big ton of thanks to you, sir,
Thank you so
because it
much.
was all your efforts and all your like concern
Yeah.
towards me.
Hey, hard
Like,
interview sessions were helpful. तीन जो तीन अपने,
definitely, sir.
I just
Definitely.
wanted
I
to
made a
ask
note of
that.
it.
You made a
I
note of
made
it.
a note
Okay.
of it.
Okay,
And
great.
the essential point is we have to keep our smile intact.
Okay.
So that's the thing which I followed, as
Yeah.
you told us, sir.
Yeah, and that I can see. मैं बोलने भी वाला था students को, but that's okay. Thank you so much, Mukesh. Thank you so much for taking out the time for this session.
My pleasure, sir. My
All the best
pleasure.
to you.
Always happy to
Thank
join
you
the
so
session.
much.